Hello ITPC, Joshua Stewart, pipe up north. And I am up north in the woods, northern Minnesota. Today I got some Carter Hall in my Missouri Meerschaum Legend corn cob. And even though we are up north in the woods, there's a highway a couple hundred yards away, but the noise, especially in the cooler times of year like this, the noise really carries. So it sounds like it's 20 feet away rather than a couple hundred, so have to excuse that. So anyway, I'm up north in the woods this weekend on a beautiful Friday afternoon, because in Minnesota the firearms deer season opens tomorrow morning at sunrise. So I took the day off of work and I just got up here a little bit ago to get a few things ready for the hunt tomorrow morning. Pretty excited for this year's hunt. I've seen some really nice bucks on the trail cam, plus a number of does. And in this particular zone I'm in Minnesota is a lottery zone, which means you can only shoot bucks unless you win the lottery. And I did win the lottery this year, so I can, what's this saying, if it's brown it's down? So then my dilemma becomes, if I see a doe right away in the morning, do I take it? Or do I wait for one of those big bucks that I've been seeing on the trail cam? So this is actually the fourth season I'll have been hunting on this property. We bought the property in the summer of 2021. So I did 21, 22, 23. Now this is the fourth season. And I have not taken a deer yet. I've seen plenty, but a lot of them have been the does, or as the DNR calls them, antlerless. Or they were hidden in the trees and brush just enough that I couldn't see whether or not they had antlers until it was too late and they were out of the range that I felt comfortable shooting. Oh, looks like we went out. I got my matching Bic tamper and Bic lighter set here today. So anyway, being it's Friday, I happen to have red on. I wasn't planning on. And I've got a Freedom stick here. Might as well show you that too. So as I said, I've not taken a deer on this property yet. And I thought it would maybe be appropriate to take my first deer on the property with the deer rifle that my grandpa gave me when I was, I think, 12 years old. I'll pull it up here real quick and give you a look-see. This is a pre-World War II Remington Model 81. Semi-automatic. You know, the kind that some people want to make illegal. But this is, if I remember my history right, somebody that knows more can maybe correct me, but this is the model that the Texas Ranger, was it Hamer, I believe, that he was carrying when they took down Bonnie and Clyde. Not this exact one, obviously, but basically the same thing as this one. Model 81, pre-World War II, in 35 Remington. Just to show you real quick, a little bit of comparison. This is a 223, probably the most widely used cartridge in America today. This is a 35 Remington. You can see it's got a lot more rounded nose and a little bit of difference in size. This is a 200 grain, and this is a I don't remember offhand, a lot less than 200, but you can see the I'm having a hard time seeing here. I'm seeing the reflection like a mirror on the screen, not what's actually getting picked up. It's pretty bright out here. But so anyway, so yeah, this cartridge will pack a wallop. Not very accurate at any distance. Around here, I'm not going to have a clean shot at over about 50 yards. So it's fine for around here, and as you can see, open sights. And I think once I do take a deer with it, I am going to retire this gun and let the next deer taken with it be from either one of my children or future grandchildren. So, yeah, Woodsmaster Model 81, 35 caliber. So, what happened here? I lost my tamper. There it is. Once again, thank you, Greg. So, on my last video when I was up here, I had a couple people that asked for a tour. So, I figured it'd be as good of time as any to do that. So, I'm going to pause you and take you off the tripod here and give you a look around. All right. Hopefully I've had you pause there for a while, not all jumbling around. So anyway, we're here up in northern Minnesota. I don't like to give out too detailed of a description just because you never know who's going to be watching with ill intentions. So I'll just say northern Minnesota and within commuting distance of Bemidji. So that'll give you a pretty good idea of where we're at. So we've got a little bit under 25 acres here, mostly wooded with evergreens, some pine, some fir. And when we bought the property, there was I'll just give you a little 360 here. We got a little bit of an open meadow here. I can't quite see what's on the screen the whole time just because I got glare in the sun and stuff. So anyway, we got a little open meadow about less than an acre, I would say, that was cleared by the previous owner. And one of the first things we did when we got up here is we put up this wall tent. The solar panels we just put up last year just to give us a little bit of power without having to run a generator. As you can see, there's a chimney with a wood stove. So I'll take you inside here. Pause you again so you don't get all jumbled while I'm doing it. All right, I'll go into the tent here, show you what we got. I would say we're pretty nice for a tent in here, but still pretty rustic overall. We've got the old wood stove down there, which for this small of a space, I've been down here or in here when it's been single digits above 0 Fahrenheit, and when that wood stove is going, it can get warm in here. Even at night, I'm just typically sleeping in a t-shirt and shorts, even when it's single digits above 0 outside, and I'm comfy. I've got just a regular sleeping bag. It's not a cold weather sleeping bag, and it's plenty for me. Right now, just because when I come inside I like to be warm, but I don't want to be roasted out, so I've got a little kerosene heater back there that in fact it's a little bit warm in here, a little too warm in here right now even. I haven't got everything set up yet. I just threw some of my clothes and bedding in here. We got some bunk bed cots over on that side, and I've got a log bed with an air mattress on this side. What else we got? We got a old steamer trunk back there. I keep some extra sleeping bags and stuff in, and a cedar chest here that I keep some bedding in, along with some gasketed mouse-proof totes that we keep some bedding and pillows and stuff in. We got a little bookshelf here with a small assortment of books and games. And I got a little power center that I just set up here for the solar system here within the last month or two. Got a 1500 watt inverter that actually doesn't work. I will be returning that to Menards on my way home, or maybe possibly even tonight or tomorrow, but I drive right by Menards on my way home, so I'll probably do that. Got a couple of 12 volt sockets and some USB ports down there, and in addition I've got right there, I've got a EcoFlow portable power station. It's only got like 250 or 300 watts or something like that, but it's enough to power a laptop or small electric devices. And then that's got a whole bunch of USB ports on it as well. You just keep that charged with the solar system. And outside I've got a battery bank for the solar system. I've got 3 what are they, 100 watt amp hour, I don't remember what, basically 3 deep cycle batteries that give enough power for just about anything you'd need while you're up here. And if I'm running power tools or something, I do have a little generator that I use for that. So that's basically the tour of the tent. And I'll bring you back outside. Okay, we got our little kind of cooking and eating area over here, along with some more firewood. Our little fire pit down here that looks like the last fire didn't burn out completely, but that's okay. Take you a little tour around here. I got my old pickup that has basically become parts truck for my Suburban. and I have used some parts of it in our old camper that we use once a year, so hard to justify having a bigger, nicer camper when you're only using it once or maybe twice a year. Got a little one of those garage in a box that I just put up this summer with the help of a friend of mine and a little bit with the family. And inside there I've got my tractor. It's an old International, like a 45 or 50 horse tractor from the early 70s. It's got the 3-point hitch and PTO and a loader and all that stuff. So basically for snow removal. And a few building supplies for future projects over there. And just got a little shed over here. Just kind of just a little bit of security anyway. It's got a pad, nothing else has padlocks, but there's not really a whole lot of value that's kept in, well, there's not really a whole lot of value kept in there either, but just stuff that at least try to keep the bears away, if nothing else. I mean, the two-legged predators will get in there easy enough if they want, but if they did, hopefully I got enough trail cameras out here that they can be addressed. And then over here, got our little shower shack. Now it's been winterized for the year, but I can maybe take you in and give you a look. We got a little deck that we just put on here this summer, but we'll go in and take a quick peek inside there. So nothing too fancy. Got a little shower area. And got a propane water heater here, and we don't have a well, so we have to carry in all our own water. Got a couple of jugs down there, some clean towels and stuff like that we keep on hand. And as far as the toilet, we've got the old bucket toilet system. There we go. And that old copper boiler there, we keep sawdust shavings in there. That it actually keeps the odor down pretty good in here. As you can see behind me, we've got our cooking supplies that we keep in here, and then we've got an old dresser that we keep, you know, the rest of the utensils and cooking supplies and stuff in. But yeah, the toilet, I smell no odor in here right now, and of course it hasn't been used in at least a week, but try to get some light there. Hasn't been used in at least a week, but yeah, no odor. Oh, looks like I've had some mice in here recently, which isn't surprising. It's not mouse proof in here. Though I should maybe make an effort to. I've got some deterrent, or I don't want to put poison in here because sometimes it's weeks at a time between when I get up here, and last thing I want is to walk in and have a rotten smelling mouse that can attract predators on its own. So we've got a lot of coyotes up here. And there's a fair number of bear, and there has been confirmed timber wolf sightings. So, and in fact, I think there was one killed on the highway about 3 or 4 miles up the road earlier in the year. So yeah, we do have wolf around here too. I'll maybe take you on a little walk in the woods here if you want to. Hold on just a second. Alright, I got my tripod. I'm using it as a selfie stick, so I don't know how smooth this is going to be. It's probably going to be pretty jerky, but here we go for a little walk in the woods. Anyway, where we're at right now, we're up by the tent, and I'm standing right next to the fire pit. We've got the picnic table back here, so we'll start by heading this way down a trail. There's probably nearly a mile of trails on the property. But right now I've got less than half of it maintained, which, I mean, we're not huge walkers, so the little bit of trails that we've got is enough for us. Got a platform that we started here last year. The original intent was to put the tent on the platform just so, you know, it could have a flat floor, because right now the floor is just dirt underneath the floor coverings. But so the idea was to have a flat and insulated floor. That's the only thing that can get cold in the wintertime, is when it's really cold out, the ground is still frozen. Even after you're here a couple of days, it barely gets thawed out, so the floor is always cold. So the thinking was we could have a platform with an insulated floor, and the floor could be heated up in a couple of hours and be comfortable. So, but we actually started this a year ago, a little over a year ago, and then we kind of paused just because we're kind of reassessing the best use of time and money, and we've decided since to abandon using it as a platform for the tent, because the tent has I would say 1 to 2 years left in it before it's basically shot. So we thought, well, we'll just build a small cabin on the platform right away. So we're basically just about at the point to do something with that. But the more I look at it, the more I don't like the location, because it's just too close to this tree. So before we get any further and the whole thing gets any heavier, I think we're going to move it probably 20 or 30 feet back into a little bit more of an open area, and build a, I guess you'd say, a semi-permanent cabin. It'll be a 4-season, but no plumbing, and probably only the solar for electric. So anyway, we'll continue on down here. This is probably one of the main trails here. I'll maybe go ahead and pause you for a little bit until we get to something a little more interesting. All right, we're on the what we call the Twisted Tree Trail around here, and the reason it got that name is because we got a big old red pine here. It's all twisted up, which, of course, if you know anything about trees, you know that red pines usually grow pretty straight and tall. So seeing one that's all crooked and twisted like that is uncommon, which I'm sure all that happened is when it was maybe 6 inches in diameter or something, another tree fell on it, and that tree has long since rotted away, but that one kept growing. So once it gets up a little way, it straightens out. But and this is also where I'll probably be setting up my ground blind tomorrow. I've got some tree stands and stuff throughout the property, but based on what predicted wind direction is and the activity that I've seen, I'm probably going to be setting it up probably up on the hill here someplace. That'll kind of give me a good view of through the woods around a little bit. hopefully be able to see something and put some meat in the freezer. So I'll be getting up. I don't know what time yet. I'll have to look and see what the sunrise charts are, because Minnesota, we're allowed to start shooting a half hour before official sunrise, which half hour before sunrise is basically about as low a light situation as you'd want, unless you've got, you know, some of the optics that are good for low light situations. But as you saw, I'll be using open sights, so any less light than a half hour before sunrise, you can't hardly tell if they got antlers or not. So but anyway, I could take you on more of these trails, but you'll just kind of see a lot more of the same. Beautiful up here. Can get a little bit creepy at night, especially when you're by yourself, because as mild as the fall has been, I'm betting that their bears have not begun hibernating yet, so they're probably still around, and they're probably looking to fill their bellies a little bit before they do go to sleep for the winter. But so anyway, yeah, so I mean, we've got more trails like this one. This is probably the one we use the most, just because it's probably the prettiest one. So I guess with that, probably let you go, and if I happen to get a good deer this weekend, I'll probably share that with you too. But otherwise, that'll probably let y'all go. So anyway, Joshua Stewart, Pipe Up North. You have a good day.